the past 5 years in a row, the Macaulay School of Chattanooga has won our state meet every single year and have submitted themselves as one of the top powerhouse schools in the Southeast for cross country. After their 5th win at state last year, people started to wonder if Macaulay was even beatable at state and if their championship streak would ever end. And well, that's where we come in. This season, Knoxville Catholic High School has managed to put together one powerhouse of a program, going undefeated our entire season so far, which includes a win at the massive Adidas XC Challenge meet. We've been ranked number 1 in the state for pretty much the entire season. However, very close behind us all season has been, you guessed it, Macaulay. On paper, we were the favorites coming into the state meet this year, but it was definitely not black and white as to who was going to come home with the win. If just one of our runners has a bad race, our chances of winning are very, very slim. So will we be able to pull off this win and put an end to the Macaulay dynasty? Let's find out. What is up, guys? It is the morning of state. We're in the hotel right now. We're about to head down for some team breakfast and then we'll take off. I've been dealing with a sprained ankle for the past couple of days, but it's feeling a lot better. I think I should be able to run just fine today. And then I think I'm officially over my walking pneumonia. So yeah, should be able to run well today. Hopefully going to try to contribute to the team to the best I can. The race is going to be very close between us and Macaulay. So, you know, even if I'm not in the top 5, it still matters because if we tie, it could go down to the 6. So I got to give it my all today. But yeah, here's Reed. He's ready to go.
What's up, guys?
Yeah. Y'all enjoy the video.
How's it? Cut on my mouth of the gross Morocco. Not a runner for real. They thought I miss about what I drove. She want a big dog, not a little. That's why they take work when they kill. Like, no bro, I'm a hound. But all the rappers around. Need a producer to work on my sound. That's the only reason I'm still on the ground. Just need to be found. But that's why beat on the ground. Found him. And then he was bound to feel the clip and hear it sound. Y'all like that live concert? New album coming out probably in the next year. Yeah, stay tuned. We lit in a bit.
Can we see a KSI in red?
Alright, here we go. If you guys watched my first race of the season, this is the same course as that one. It has quite a few rolling hills and lots of sharp turns, and it's really long, so not ideal for a PR. But that's not really what matters, guys. What matters in this race is if we come home with the chip or not. And right off the bat, our top 5 gets out insanely fast. As you can see right there, there's our 1 through 5 and 3rd through 7th place. Everyone was really fit coming into this, however that may have been too bold of a move, so we'll see how it affects the later parts of this race. There I am right there, hugging the inside, trying to cut off some distance. I went with a more conservative approach to my start in this race, because the race before this, I think I had gotten out a little bit too fast and I ended up just dying within 800 meters. But yeah, that start was actually crazy. We actually had 4 different people on our team lead the race at some point, including Reed, who found himself to the front 300 meters in somehow. At this point though, our top 3 is still holding on to that front pack really well. And then Tony and Reed haven't fallen too far behind either. I'm still pretty far back from them though. I have a lot of work to do, and reflecting on this race now, I really think I should have pushed harder during the middle parts of the race. But yeah, here's our 6 and 7 in the midst of some Macaulay jerseys. Now here's where it starts to string out. Keegan's still up there in the front. Our 2 and 3 have fallen off a bit though. They're still in really high places though. They're in 6th and 7th respectively. And this is about a little over a mile into the race, by the way. Here's our number 4, a couple McCauley jerseys, and then Reed right behind him.
That's 3 McCauley right in front of you. Try to get with it.
And there I am. I've made up a bit of ground, but I've still got some work to do. And y'all, not only is it a rivalry between Knoxville Catholic and McCauley, the two best teams in the state, but there is also a bit of a rivalry between our number 1 Keegan Smith and their number 1 Jack Bowen, who are the two fastest individual runners in the state of Tennessee. This season, Jack Bowen had an impressive win at the Nike XC Town Invitational running 14:41. Keegan's PR is a bit slower this season so far. However, he has already beaten Jack Bowen by 5 seconds in a race during the middle of the season. So we'll see here in a moment who ends up taking the win between them. Tony and Reed have faded back a lot after that fast start, but I mean, it's as to be expected. No one expected them to be in the top 5 at this point in the race, obviously. But yeah, it was at this point in the race that you could tell that us getting out fast was coming back to bite us. Our 4 and 5 were getting passed by a lot of people. Tony actually unfortunately started to fade back a lot. He told me he was sick the morning of this race. Usually Tony finishes about 20 seconds ahead of me every race, so when I passed him with about a mile to go, I knew something was up. With Tony not at his best today, that now meant that I was in a scoring position. And that's when I realized I really needed to step it up if we were going to win this race. So I used a downhill to gain some momentum and start passing people left and right with about a kilometer to go. There you can see me, and I've made up lots of ground on Reed.
Dig, Evan. You're right there, buddy. You can do it.
Right here we have about 600 meters to go, and you can see Keegan start to take charge of this race individually. Our number 2 Raddick is sitting in 7th. Number 3 is in 11th. And then here comes me and Reed sitting at 4 and 5 on the team. I'm not sure what place we're in right now though. Unfortunately, you can start to tell that Reed's paying the price for getting out as hard as he did. But you guys are going to see how this all plays out, because we are about to head to the finish chute here in a moment. And between these last 2 clips, Keegan was able to create a 10-second gap over Jack Bowen and take the win, which is insane. 14:59 on a very tough course. Raddick was able to hold his spot and finish in a very solid 7th place. We now have 2 runners in, and McCauley has 1. McCauley's second runner finally comes in, but we were able to follow it right up with our 3rd runner. Unfortunately though, 3 McCauley runners came in between Cade and me and Reed, so they now have their top 5 in. Reed was able to catch back up, and we finished not too far behind McCauley's 5. And we did it! We are state champions by a tiebreaker. Isn't that insane, y'all? That really just goes to show how important the 6th runner can be on a team. And even our 7th runner finished before their 6th. Here he is coming through right now. What a great race.
And the D2 AA state champion boys team, coached by Sean O'Neill, Knoxville Catholic.